Okay, so in my previous video I was like showing you guys what are pointers in C language, and I hope you guys found the thing interesting and useful. I don't know, I had to my stream got ended due to like internet and stuff, so I don't know. I'll just go and do some programming for my project, for my assignment and stuff. I'll have to complete my assignments so that what's this program, man? I should delete the program. I don't know what are these. I was writing down code for somebody else. I don't know. Let me write a program in C to concatenate two strings. Oh, so it's a string program and it will be easy. So I just don't want to work so hard for this assignment and stuff, so I'll just go with a simple code like hash include stdio.h. Oh man, I need to readjust my mic because it's coming right in front of my eyes and I cannot see anything on my screen properly, so I had to adjust my mic. And hash include stdio.h void. Okay, I should write the question program to concatenate two strings in C. Strings. Oh no, I'm so bad in typing. So a program to concatenate two strings. Let us declare two not integer, man, character. Let's say A will be our first string consisting of 100 100 spaces. I just want to keep this thing simple. And another another string, let's say B, which will be of 100 character length. And let's ask the user to input some values like print f. And here in this case I won't be using the gets method because I don't prefer using gets method. Instead I'll take input from scanf and I'll show you a technique how to get how to read multi-line multi-word string using this scanf function. So I'll just give a prompt message enter the first string. So now I'll just do it in this manner. Scanf %, you have to give a third bracket open, you have to give this caret symbol, you have to give a backslash, you have to give n over here, and you have to close this caret what do you call it, square bracket. Okay, square bracket, and type in s and type in a over here, which is the first string. Okay, this thing will actually take the input. What the heck just happened? Why is it showing red? Oh sorry, I just forgot to give a comma, my bad. So this will take a multi-word string input. So if you don't believe, then let me just show you something. Printf %s, and let's print this a. Okay, so where a is the string that we input. So normally if you use a scanf function, it won't allow you to input multi-word string. You can input multi-word string, but the space will be treated as a delimiter and everything after the space will be ignored by the compiler, and you will get only the first word. But if I use this technique, I'll be able to take multi-word input. So let me just show you this thing, gcc program1.c a.exe, enter the first string. Let's say C language is good. Okay, so as you can see that it's taking the entire string. It is not ignoring anything which is after the space. Now if you had written it in this manner, %s normal, %s a, it won't take the entire string as input. It will take only the first word as your input and will display only the first word, and it will ignore everything which is after the space. Okay, okay, let me tell you guys something that I haven't tried this thing. I'm just trying this thing on stream. and I have studied this thing in a book. I don't know whether this thing will work or not, but I hope so it works, because I don't want to like get trolled on stream. C language is good. Okay, boom. So it takes only the first word that you have input. Like in the previous technique, when I had used those operators like bracket open, caret, \n, it actually signifies that the scanf function will consider the inputs until you hit that enter, that is unless a new line is encountered. So that's why it was taking the entire string. But if you use a normal percentage operator, it will just ignore everything which is after a space. That is, it will treat the space, the blank space, as a delimiter and ignore the part which is after space. So it will just take everything which is before a space. You can write anything before a space, like A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z up to Z. Then you give a space and then you write something like I am learning C programming language. It'll just simply ignore I am learning C programming language, and it'll take it'll consider the input of A B C D E F G H I J K L up to Z. So that's why I was using this thing, like third bracket open, one caret symbol, this \n, and third bracket close. So this actually signifies that the compiler will consider the input unless a new line is encountered. That is, unless you hit that enter key on your keyboard, it will keep on considering the inputs. So it's pretty fun because you won't have to use that gets function. This gets function is actually quite weird because it will it has a tendency to overwrite things, and you won't want any of your important information to get overwritten using this gets keyword. So you, okay, sorry for the issues. So you won't won't want to like override the things using that gets keyword. So I'm not using that gets keyword. So this was just a simple test. And now I'll be like, okay, this was the first string, and this is going to be the second string. Enter the second string over here. And the second string that we had declared was B over here. Just I'm taking us. I mean, I don't want to use DMM over here. That is dynamic memory allocate. Sorry, not DMM. It's DMA. It's dynamic memory allocation. But I won't be using that dynamic memory allocation because it would become like the program would become too complicated for you if you are a beginner. But if you know what is a DMA, then it will make the program simple. Never mind, I won't use DMA right now. I'll be just declaring a character array of 100 lengths. That's it. So the second string has also been taken into consideration. Now it's time for me to like concatenate the two strings. You can do one thing over here, like you can like Google out how to concatenate two strings in C programming language, and then just copy the code from there and then paste the code in your Visual Studio Code or any of your compiler. I am thinking of doing that thing because I don't want to like work so hard for this assignment. Yeah, it will reward you with some marks, but it won't like reward you with any kind of experience or kind of knowledge. So yeah, that's the thing that I was talking about. And let's just okay, I'll use this concatenation technique on only one of the string variable. That is, I'll concatenate the entire string and store it in this string called A. I don't want to like use a third variable for storing the concatenated string, but I'll use a pointer variable over here. Let's like declare a pointer variable, say concat over here, and let's pass the address of the arrays. I mean, I should not like use the concat method because it can be done in a rather simple fashion. I'm like thinking of how to do it in one or two steps. what to do in order to like do it. In we cannot use this plus operator. We can also use the concat method, which is present in this string.h. I'll show you one thing, that is hash. And if you do this string.h over here, and then you write printf %s comma str cat, not ctr, sorry, str cat and a comma b, it will be concatenated automatically. I'm just trying out things on stream. I don't know if this thing will work or not. Enter the first string hello, enter the second string, let's say world. What is this? Oh sorry, I just wrote a wrong thing. I don't know, like hello over here. Okay, it's what's the heck? Enter the second string. I don't know why it's not working. It's not taking the second string as input, and it's giving us a garbage value as output. I don't know why. This thing used to work. I'm actually a bit confused. Like, is it the length that is disturbing the entire thing, or I'm doing something wrong over here? It's weird actually. I think I'm doing something wrong. I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Is it taking the input properly? I don't know. Let's save it. Let's compile the program. Let's type in hello. Okay, it's not taking the second string as input. I don't know why, but it's not taking the second string as input. If I use the I mean, the scanf function is actually quite useful while taking input. I don't think so that it allows multiple string input. Like if you use a scanf function in the first place, you cannot use a scanf function in the second place. I don't know these things. I'll have to like try out these things in order to like know what is happening. I don't have an in-depth knowledge about this C programming language. Let me like use puts keyword for the sake of like compiling and running the program properly. Let's see. If you have any suggestion, then please let me know down in the chat. I'll like try it out. I don't know. Okay, it's not even taking the inputs properly. Something is wrong actually. It's not. Oh, sorry. I used the puts keyword. It should be gets keyword. Sorry. It's just my bad. I was I mean, I should have like taken care of these things. Okay, into the first string, let us say hello, and the second string is, let's say, world. And I think it's taking the input, but it was not taking the input while I had used that scanf function. I don't know why, but that's the thing. Let's say we want to like concatenate this A and B. Let's use the print function over here. Printf %s str cat A comma B. Let's just save it. Enter the first string hello world. Okay, it's getting concatenated. I don't know why the scanf function was not working. I don't want to like use this gets keyword. I can use fgets, but I want to like do it with scanf %s. No, not %s. Okay, another thing, if you use this thing that I'm doing right now, that is caret \n, you don't have to like use this %s. It automatically assumes that you are taking a string as input, so you won't have to like continuously type in that s keyword. I mean, s format specifier. Okay, let's take directory B. Let's save the entire program. Let's go to our terminal. Enter the first string hello. Okay, it's not taking the second string if I use the printf scanf function. I don't know why, but this thing is not working. I'll have to like Google it out. And why is the thing not working? Like I'm not using similar kind of variable. Yeah, I'm of course using similar kind of variable, but I'm not using the same variable, so it's not actually taking the input from here. And if I use the gets keyword, it's like taking the input without any issues. So gets b. I'll have to like Google this thing out because I don't know why. I don't want to use this gets keyword. This gets keyword is actually quite bad if you like take input, because it has the chance to override things and stuff. So okay, for the time being I'll take a and b as input via this gets keyword, and then we'll like concatenate the two strings to get our results. And why is it showing red underline? Oh sorry, that was not a semicolon. Okay, so now comes the logic to concatenate the two strings. Now how do I concatenate the two strings? I cannot use the plus operator in C programming language. I can. Okay, is the program okay? The program has no limitation that I won't be able to use a predefined function in C programming language, so pretty easily I can use this concatenate function in C programming language. So print f the concatenated string is, you give %s over here and strcat a comma b. So this will like concatenate a and b with, of course, without giving a space, because I haven't yet mentioned this space kind of a thing. I'll have to put the space when I take input from the user. So in that case it will add a space, but in my program there is no space. I mean, I haven't written any piece of code that injects a space while concatenating the two strings. It's just a simple concatenation, that's it. We could have done it in a different manner, like declaring a new function called concat and passing the values, I mean passing the string as pointer variables to that concat method, and then like doing operations on the string to concatenate. We could use a third variable, or we can concatenate the string in a single variable also, and then pass the result. So it will be like a mess. So I didn't want to like do these things because I'm not intending to like use pointers in this episode, and so that's why I used a simple strcat a comma b, which actually concatenates a and b and prints out the result. Let me just show you the output. gcc p1.c a.exe, enter the string, let's say hello, and second string will be world. And since I have written world with a space, so it will like inject a space here. So that's it, that's the output. So it's coming because I have used the concatenate method, a predefined method of the string h header file. And if you want, I can even show you how to use it using another function, but without using a third variable. We can just like concatenate the entire string in a single variable. So if you want, you can comment down, and I'll go to the second program, and I'll just check that thing. Why is this scanf not working for like multiple inputs? I'll have to like study the C documentation or something like that, and then I might be able to like draw up a conclusion that this is the reason why this thing is not working. Okay, the next program is easy. It's saying write a program in C to count the number of vowels, consonants, and spaces in a line. Okay, so it's like a child's program, because we used to do such programs when we are like when first learning string programming in any of the language, be it Java, be it C++, be it the C language, be it Python, be it QBasic, or any other language of your choice. So basically we need to count the total number of vowels, consonants, and spaces. So the logic is quite simple, and I won't be using any third. Okay, I'll be using a third function for this. I mean third, fourth, fifth, because we need to calculate the number of vowels, we need to calculate the number of consonants, and we need to calculate the number of, like, we can also do it without a third party function also, because it involves just a simple if else check. I'll do it. Hash include stdio.h. over here, let's type in void main. I always use main, void main, which returns a null value, because I don't want to like write int main and in the end return 0, and which takes up an extra line, so that's why I try to avoid this thing. And we type in void main. We okay, so here we can use this scanf function to take multi-word string input, because we don't have multiple inputs over here. We have a single input, but which can be a multi-word input, because it's asking us to calculate the number of spaces as well. So I'll just declare the counters first. Let's say for vowels we allocate a counter v equals 0, for consonants we declare a counter c equals 0, and for spaces we declare a counter s equals 0. So now let's prompt the user to enter the string. Scanf percent that same thing, caret backslash, not blackslash, it's backslash n, and we write a where character array char a, let's say length is 100, and now we will be like running a for loop. Int I equals 0, ai not equal to this null operator. Okay, so let me explain you this thing. That is, a string is actually a collection of characters, right? So we, in C programming language, we don't have any data type named string. We have a data type called character, and we know that an array of characters represent a string. In C programming language, it is already defined by the developers that if a character array ends with this character, which is known as a null character, then that character array will be considered as a string. So if you have a number of bunch of characters like A, B, C, D, E in an array, and if the last element of the array is this null character, that is \0, this makes the character array a string. So it has been already defined by the developers of C programming language. So this is just a check that if the loop encounters this kind of a character in an array, okay, if the loop encounters this kind of a character, then the program execution, the loop execution will end, and it will like print out your required values, like the number of vowels is this, the number of consonants is this, the number of spaces are this, and so on. So I'll use I++, because in a for loop we have to like initialize the for loop over here. This is the condition that is to be checked, and this is the counter variable of the for loop. So we can easily write this thing, and it won't even affect our code. It's 100% legit. It won't throw any errors while we try to compile. Okay, so now we open up a bracket and we give a check. If ai equal to a, or okay, so it's gonna be hectic, so I'll be just copy pasting the thing. And if you're writing C language in a piece of paper, then you don't have this option to copy paste. A E I O U. Okay, I'm assuming that the user gives an input in lowercase character. Okay, I don't wanna like go about converting every uppercase character to lowercase character and then do stuff. So I'll just assume that the user inputs value in lowercase character. We can use functions to like convert the string to lowercase, or we can even do it manually, but that's not the topic of today. AIUU stands for the variables, and I also assume that the user doesn't input any kind of special character. As special characters involve plus or minus or multiplication symbol or dot or exclamation mark or ampersand or at the rate, caret, hash, anything. These are all special characters. So I'm assuming that the user is not inputting any kind of special character, any kind of punctuation marks, or is not inputting any kind of uppercase character. So I'll just keep it short and simple. So if this condition satisfies, then we'll do v equals v plus 1, or we can also do it like this, at v plus plus. It's the same thing, like v equals to v plus 1 and v plus plus are the same thing. It actually increments the counter by a value of 1. So if this condition gets satisfied, then the value of the vowel counter will increase. If this condition is not satisfied, we'll use an else if condition over here. Else if condition in this else if condition, we'll check else if ai equal to a blank space. Then we'll simply increment the value of space by 1, that is by doing s plus plus. And if the two conditions aren't satisfied, that is if it's not a vowel and if it's not a blank space, then we'll like increment the constant counter, which is c, that is c plus plus. So not constant, sorry, consonant counter. So if it's a vowel, fine and good, it will just increment the vowel counter. If it's not a vowel, it will go to the second check. It will check if the character that is encountered is a white space or a blank space or not. If it's a blank space, then it will increment the space counter. If it's not a blank space, then it will go to the else part, where it will like increment the consonant counter by 1, and that's it. It's quite simple. Now we are going to like print the entire thing. The number of vowels are %d. No, the percent didn't work actually. %d, and the value is v. Okay, now let's go to the, I'll just copy paste the lines. The number of consonants are %d and with c. Done. And this will be for the white spaces. The number of spaces are this. So the program ends here. Let's just save the program and let's run the program. Let's see if the program is working properly or not. I hope it works. Oh, I just compiled p1. Okay, never mind. I'll just do p2 a.exe. Enter the string. Let's say I am, sorry, I have to assume that the user inputs a lowercase character. I am learning C programming language. Okay, I just forgot to like give a new line argument over here, that is %n, not argument, new line feature over here like this. So it's done. Now let's again like compile the entire thing. Let's just run it. I am learning C programming. What? I'm not feeling like typing properly. Okay, so the number of vowels are 12, the number of consonants are 19, and the number of white spaces are 5. So let's count. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 blank spaces. So it's correct. The number of consonants, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. So we have like 19 consonants and the rest are of course vowels. So this was the program. It was pretty simple and it was not that complicated. The only thing that we have to just take into consideration is that the string should be in lowercase and it should not involve any kind of like special characters, because if it comes across any kind of special character, the consonant part will get incremented and it will like give you a false output, and you will like go on blaming the compiler that the compiler is bad and stuff. Never mind. So let's get on to our program 3, which will be the last program for today, and then I will end. Write a program in C to remove repeated characters from a string. Okay, so we have to like remove repeated characters from a string, right? And it's gonna be like a big one, because in the first step we will have to input the string and we have to declare another function where we will be like checking if there was any occurrence of that character before any point in that character array, which is a string, and then we will have to like remove them. And by remove I mean like simply ignore or change the value at that position to be something else, so that we can like later on ignore that value while printing out the things and stuff. So it will be like a big program. I'm like trying to find a short program. Write a program in C to delete specified characters from a string. Okay, this will be like easy because program 4, okay, program number 4 states write a program in C to delete specific characters from a string. Okay, this program will be actually easy. Like, let me show you how this can be easy. Let me rename it to the program 4, and I'm like tired from this coding and stuff, and my fingers are not working properly. I cannot even type properly, so I'm just like tabbing away. Void main. As usual, you prompt the user to input the string. Enter the string char A100, let's say. Scanf percent no, I have to like do it like in this manner because I'll be taking multi-word input. So percent like this, A over here. So it's actually basic, right? Like you're asking the user to enter the string, and then you're, of course I'm assuming that the user inputs the string in lowercase again. Okay, let me like give a comment line over here. Input the string in lowercase. So I'm already assuming that the user gives the input in lowercase only, and there's no so that I don't have to like convert every character to lowercase again and again. So it will like add up some lines of code, but it will be like more general, but I'm trying to keep it simple as I said earlier. So I'll do it in this manner. Printf enter the string. It's prompting the user to input the string over here. Now I'll have to like, okay, delete, right? Okay, so now I'll just simply copy this line. Now here the prompt will be enter the character which you want to be deleted from the string. Okay, so this will be our prompt this time. That is, enter the character which you want to be deleted from the string, because the program says, let me read you the program again. It's saying write a program in C to delete specified characters from a string. Okay, so by specified character you mean, of course, you have to like take an input from the user. That is, the user wants this character to be deleted from the string, and then you have to like program in such a manner so that it deletes the string. But here I'll tell you something, that by deleting we mean ignoring. Okay, I just don't want to like allocate a memory to be something value, so that we can like later on ignore that value. It makes the program a bit complicated, might not work sometimes if you have done some kind of an error or not. So I would like to do it in a simple manner just by ignoring the entire thing. That is, I'll show you how I do it. Int I equals 0, ai not equal to this null character, and I plus plus over here. So now I will check if AI not equal to, oh, I have to like take another character as input, right? So this will be the character. I don't think so that the multiple scanf statements will work over here, but let's try. I have no idea if it will work or not. Like this. Equals to C, not equals to C, then we'll be like printing percent C AI. Okay, so this program is done. Actually, let's try to run the program. I have saved the program by hitting Ctrl+S. Oh no, I just compiled P2. What is this? What happened? Oh, sorry. I had a typo. I encountered a typo. Let's go. Let's like enter the string. Let me like increase the size. Let's input the string. Let's say hello. Enter the character you want to be deleted from the string. Let's say I want to delete this character called O. Oh, it's not taking the input. Okay, I'll have to like use gets keyword over here. I'll just fix it. Don't worry. I'll Google it up and then I'll fix this thing. Why it's not working? It should work, right? So I have saved the entire code. Let me like compile the code first. Get C, passing argument 1 of gets makes pointer from integer. Oh, sorry. I think I can like take the input via scanf over here. I have to like Google it out. Why is the thing not working? Like multiple scan statements in a single program is not working properly. I don't know. And multiple get statement didn't work for me. I think I'm doing some kind of a logical error, which I have no idea. But I'll have to like see what's the error actually. Why is it not letting me take input? Okay. Enter the string. Let's say hello world. Okay. I want the character O to be deleted from the string. And it's not printing anything. I think I did something wrong. Oh, I didn't give the ampersand symbol. What the heck? It seems I don't have any mood to code right now. A.exe. Enter the string. Hello world. Character you want to be deleted is O. So finally the string becomes HELLWRLD. So as you can see that from our input, which is hello world, the characters O is deleted and then it's printed as if that character didn't exist. So let me show you the logic. So here I'll just try to fix this thing, like how can I use multiple scanf statement. Please don't ignore this thing currently. You can use any kind of input buffers you want. I won't like ask you to use this only, but I don't prefer this get statement, because if you use the get statement, there's no check for overflow and you might override some important bits of line while you take that input, or things like that might happen. So that's why I don't prefer gets. I prefer fgets. But this scanf function, like I have been using scanf for quite a long time, so I'm like comfortable with scanf, so I don't use this fgets function. Okay. And now it's prompting the user to enter the character which you want to be deleted from the string. So this will be okay. Please don't forget to give ampersand, because it might happen with you as well. Like it will take the input, but it will not show any result because it's not storing the value in the address. So you don't have to like get into the details of scanf. You just know that without using ampersand, you will get an error. You cannot take an input. So that's why. and then you run a loop from 0 till the end of the string, and I don't want to like check for all the all the 100 positions that we have declared for this array. So I am using this AI not equal to 0. It makes the program short. It reduces your runtime quite significantly if you have like a long array, I mean a bigger array. So it will like reduce your execution time for by a considerable amount. This is normal. You should like practice this thing. You should like try to understand its logic, and if you don't understand the logic, then please comment down. I'll like make a separate video for this explaining this logic with pen and paper, of course, because nothing can beat pen and paper. And if AI not equal to C, so this is the character which we have which we don't want to be present in our new string. And by new string I mean printing the entire string as it is by ignoring the character which you have asked me not to print or asked the compiler not to print. So if this character is not equal to the current character of the array, then it will like print that character. If the character equals, I mean the character which you don't want to be present in the string equals the current character, that is while looping we come across this kind of a character, the compiler won't do anything because we haven't specified any kind of else statement. So the compiler will just ignore that thing and then move on to the next execution, which is I equals to 0 or I equals to 2, whatever. That depends upon the value of I, that depends upon the position at which your program is running, and so on and so forth. So this program was actually quite simple, and I'll do the complicated programs this evening, maybe, I don't know. And that's it for today. I just wanna end this stream. So thank you so much for watching, and if you want a detailed tutorial on how to like work with strings and stuffs, you can like comment down, and make sure to like the stream, share the stream, and subscribe if you're new. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. It's me, made easy peasy. I don't have any name, so I'm like referring to myself as like the name of the channel. So bye.